Comments?
Comments? After reviewing the extensive stakeholder comments on the rate impact study, it is clear there is agreement on all sides that the impact study missed the mark. No one should contemplate using the study to inform policy decisions on future BPU and utility programs. When the BPU first contemplated to do a rate impact study, Rutgers Center for Green Buildings was to do the study as part of its engagement with our Office of Clean Energy. The study was originally intended to be released along with the EMP, but when that study failed to materialize, staff recommended that the board put out an RFQ, and ultimately engaged the Brattle Group. When I voted for the RFQ, it was my understanding, and I believe the understanding of virtually everybody looking forward to having this study conducted, that we would be provided with useful information about the Energy Master Plan's impact on rates. When you make wholesale changes to generate and move electricity, as the EMP suggests, there needs to be a discussion of both costs of implementation and operation. Not to mention the cost of upgrading our grid to accommodate this mass electrification, which without grid upgrades at significant cost, as we know, will result in the failure of the system. That means we need to know what it will cost to get there and what it will cost once we get there. All of that will go into what ratepayers will ultimately pay. Indeed, as pointed out by the environmental community, the report does not even assess the savings realized by converting to clean energy. Because the BPU's responsibility is to ensure reliable energy at reasonable rates, we cannot ignore all of the factors that contribute to the rate. To suggest that a discussion of rates does not include capital costs to create the sources of energy, in the words of one commenter, quote, hides the cost of the EMP, end quote, and fails to provide to us as commissioners or the ratepayers we serve with the information that this report was supposed to give. The one thing that the rate impact study does do is tell us how much the average ratepayer in New Jersey, who is typically not wealthy and can ill afford higher utility rates, will pay to subsidize solar, EVs, home electrification for the wealthiest New Jersey residents, those wealthy residents who frankly don't need the help. For that reason, the rate impact study is not only uninformative, but suggests the impact of the EMP has been and will be inequitable. For all these reasons, I will not be voting in favor of accepting the report.
Any other questions or comments?